Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. Today is Friday, April 8th, and we are talking right now with baseball handicapper Ian Cameron, and we have been assigned tonight's Texas and Angels game, Game 2. We covered the game last night, which, we kind of agreed the lines were pretty dead on, and it turned out to be a very close game with very competitive money lines, and the game went very close to the posted total as well. Tonight we have similar lines. The total again is 8, and again the Angels are a modest favorite. They're a minus 132. Last night they opened as a smaller favorite and closed right around where they are right now. A.J. Griffin and Matt Shoemaker is the pitching matchup. Two guys who struggled in spring training and are not looking very promising as far as this year is concerned. Obviously, Griffin hasn't pitched in the majors for a long time, coming back from Tommy John surgery, and he did not do well in spring training. And Shoemaker, of course, coming off of a bad regression year. Last year, in 2014, he was awesome. Last year, regressed badly, and he also didn't do that well in spring training. So my sense is right now we lean over 8, and even though both lineups are not terribly impressive, and if it becomes a moderate slugfest, we lean Texas as an underdog of about plus 120. What do you think?
Yeah, and Peter, kudos to you. I remember a Peter Loshak talking to me yesterday on this video saying the under last night in that Texas Angels game.
And not just that, I bet it, Ian Cameron. I didn't just talk the talk, I walked the walk.
Absolutely. That's what you got to do in this business. Back up your opinion with moolah to plunk down and back it up. And yes, in that case, thumbs up from me, buddy. It was a great call. I mean, 4-3 Angels win. You were pretty much comfortably most of that game in that with that under. So a very good call in a game that in a series really here. Two teams, Peter, Angels and Rangers, scuffling offensively. The Angels are an expected team, or a team that I expected to struggle to score runs. What's happening with Texas in terms of their offense is a bit of a surprise. I thought Texas would be a very good offensive team with the likes of Adrian Beltre, Prince Fielder, Shin-Soo Choo, Delano DeShields Jr. can hit. I mean, there's a lot of good bats in this lineup, but they just haven't been able to put things together.
They're also generally, as a group, kind of due for a regression this year, though,
Yeah, they did. They were a very good offensive team last year, and you wondered if they could keep that up this year. And so far, the answer to that has been no. Again, you want to take these early first week of the season results with a grain of salt. Things can change. It's a very long season. You don't want to totally write off a certain team or a certain aspect of one team, but definitely Texas offense has been a little bit disappointing so far. As for this matchup tonight, Peter, A.J. Griffin for Texas against Matt Shoemaker for the Angels. An up and down spring for A.J. Griffin with the Texas Rangers, but the one thing he does have going for him is strong career numbers against the Angels, dating back to his time with the Oakland Athletics, a 2.81 ERA, opposing Angels hitters just batting 197 against Griffin and 5 career starts for Griffin against the Angels. Now the concern is he hasn't pitched a major league game in the regular season since 2013 when he was with Oakland. Underwent Tommy John surgery in 2014, shoulder injury as well last year. So this guy's really had a ton of problems with his elbow and his arm and staying healthy. Good quote here from A.J. Griffin. He says, quote, "I'm just going to go out there and get everyone out and work well with whoever is catching. I'm just thankful that the Rangers gave me an opportunity to come and pitch." So he's optimistic, and he's facing an Angels lineup that's still, to me, not prolific. I mean, Mike Trout and Albert Pujols last night, they had 2 hits apiece, but still, they only managed 4 runs, and now they've got 5 runs combined in the first 3 games of the season. So it's been a bit of a struggle here for the LA Angels to put runs on the board, and I think that's going to continue. I don't like this lineup. There's a huge drop-off when you get outside of Trout, Pujols, Cole Calhoun, and it might show for the majority of this season. Matt Shoemaker, on the other hand, he's got great numbers against Texas, 2.39 ERA against them, declined last season after a very strong 2014 campaign. He didn't pitch that well, as you mentioned, Peter, in the spring. But sometimes with pitchers like Shoemaker, they've been around at least for a couple of years. They simply do not put much stock into their spring training numbers and their performances because the focus is, we just want to tune up our arm. We just want to get into regular season shape right now. And so whatever numbers we put together, it's not at the utmost concern for Shoemaker. So I leave the door open for him here to have a good outing against Texas, a team he's had great success with in the past. And as I mentioned, it's a Texas lineup that has been held to 3 runs or less in 3 of their first 4 games this season. I don't trust either bullpen. So while I think the starters could pitch better than people think, I don't trust either bullpen. The Texas bullpen has been such a disappointment here in the first week. They've just struggled mightily. They're one of the worst bullpens in baseball through the first week of the season. The LA Angels pen is very sketchy as well. They're not a reliable source for getting outs in the latter innings. That's definitely a concern that I have with this LA Angels bullpen. So when I look at it, this game, I like the under, but I don't like the under for the full game. I'm going to lean under the total in the first 5 innings in this game. So you want to shop around for that. 5-inning lines should be available at most sports books, both in Vegas and offshore. You want to look for under in the first 5 innings. I want to take these very flammable gas can bullpens that we've seen here in the first week with these two teams out of play, because I think the starters could match up decently against each opposing lineup. And I think the better chance for a lower scoring affair would be to look in the first 5 innings. So my lean here, Texas and the LA Angels tonight, under the total in the first 5 innings.
All right, and my lean would be to the over on the full game. Right now, the best line of that would be over 8 plus 103 at Pinnacle.
I agree with that, Peter, because I can't argue with that, Peter, because the bullpens have been shaky. You could get a ton of late inning runs in this game. It wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah, we're in agreement on the bullpens. I think you're just a little bit more hopeful for good performances from the starting pitchers than I am. We'll see how it all turns out. We could both be right. Ian Cameron, very interesting to hear your analysis. As always, talk to you again very soon.
Enjoy the games and good luck.